Assalamu alaikum. Hope everyone is well. After many days, I came with a new important video. And I'm sorry, I took so long. Anyway, today's video is very important for you. Everyone, sit attentively and yes, no one forget to subscribe. So without delay, let's start today's video with an introduction. Okay, so here you can see, let's learn education and learning presentation. Okay, let's go. Welcome to my YouTube video. Hope everyone is well. Like every video, I'm not doing a speaking video today. I'm doing a writing video, and this is related to IELTS. Yes, writing is one of the 4 stages of IELTS. So today I will discuss important about IELTS writing. So the title of our video today is IELTS Writing Introduction. And I hope you all watch today's video carefully. This is going to be a very important video for you. IELTS Writing Introduction. IELTS Writing Introduction. Here you can see the IELTS academic writing lasts for 60 minutes an hour. In the 1 hour, you have to complete 2 tasks. Task 1 is a report and task 2 is an essay. It is suggested that you should spend about 20 minutes on task 1 and about 40 minutes on task 2. In the IELTS academic writing task 1, you are required to write at least 150 words, that's mean 10 to 15 sentences, and 220 words maximum. On the other hand, in the IELTS academic writing task 2, you are required to write at least 250 words, that's mean 20 to 25 sentences, and 300 words maximum. Writing task 1 accounts for 1 or 3, while writing task accounts for 2 by 3 of your total writing score. I mean, writing task 1 accounts for 33%, while writing task 2 accounts for 67% of your total writing score. In the IELTS writing test, you need to use academic language. It's not informal language. It's not an email to your friend, okay? We need to use academic language. IELTS writing task 1. Here you can see some silly mistakes to printing, okay? But I'm going to clear. Okay, listen. What are they asking you to do in a report? They're asking you to describe the main points of the diagram. When I say describe, I mean you will tell them what the diagrams looks like. For example, I have a diagram that shows fast food consumption. I simply need to describe that fast food consumption has increased, or has grown, or has risen. I don't need to say fast food consumption has risen because fast food is delicious and affordable. No, you don't need to explain, okay? Explaining is what you are going to do is in task 2 writing. Therefore, in task 1 writing, your job is to describe the main points of a diagram. Now, what is a diagram? You might be asking. That's a good question. These are all examples of diagrams. Diagrams are pictures that convey information, usually numbers. This is a type of diagram called flowchart, and a flowchart shows us how to do something, a method to do something. Important notice before watching the flowchart, diagram, okay? Important notice is you can download the PDF file from the description. Which PDF file? That video you are watching right now. If you missed the last videos, go to description. There you will find the links. Go and watch these videos. There are some YouTube channel like so many others channel, others kinds of channel. If you want to subscribe them, then check out description right now. Okay, here you can see the flowchart. Okay, yeah, and here you can see the flowchart, and a flowchart shows us how to do something, a method to do something. And in the bottom of the picture you can see here, this is a type of a diagram called line chart or a line graph. It shows changes over time, over a period of time. Here is the line graph. The printing is so bad, but I'm sorry for this. Okay, and here you can see a table, and about table here you can see, and here is a type of diagram called a table. You are very familiar with tables. You can see here a table. Okay, you're very familiar with tables. Every time you go to restaurant, every time you are looking at a menu, what you are looking at the table. Every time you go to the KFC, you are looking at table. Every time you go to the airport and you see the arrival time, the departure time, you're looking at the table. These are very common in our lives. And here, another type of a diagram is a pie chart. We use a pie chart to show a percentage out of 100. That's why we use a pie chart. And right here is a column graph or bar graph. This one shows percentages, but over a period of time. Okay, over a period of time. So what we are looking at in task 1 writing is all these types of diagrams, including maps. And here you can see the maps. There's all types of diagram that you need to be familiar with, so you can describe them in task 1 writing. Alright, when it comes to task 1 writing, there are a few rules you need to pay your attention to. First of all, task 1 requires 150 words minimum. If you write fewer than 150 words, you are going to face a penalty. And I hope you know about penalty. What is meaning of penalty? It's mean the mark are gonna minus. Therefore, you should try to write at least 150 words. I'll tell you that it will be difficult for you to get a high score if you are only writing 150 words. You probably will need to write 200 or 210 words to get a high score, like 7.5 to 8 point. For task 2 writing, it's larger. It needs 250 words minimum, and the easy is worth 2/3 of your score. It's worth twice of task 1. Therefore, I would like to tell you that you should write task 2 first and spend 40 minutes on it. Now we will focus on task 1 writing. We'll be describing different kinds of diagrams. How are they marking you? How are they assessing you? How are they giving you a score in task 1 writing? Let's look at the IELTS Writing Task 1 band score descriptor below. Okay, I want you to know that IELTS keeps their scoring very secretive. IELTS does not tell you how they score your writing. The information that we have about how they score our writing is we have got pieces of information from people over the years. The thing that we all know about IELTS. Let's talk something that you need to know about how they mark your test. First of all, the IELTS examiner will mark your test according to 4 categories. Number 1, task achievement, 25%. Number 2, coherence and cohesion, 25%. Number 3, lexical resource, 25%. Number 4, grammatical range and accuracy, 25%. Now, What do these things means? Number one, task achievement. This is how well you fulfill your job, how well you describe something, how much information you have included, how you have selected information that you put in your writing, and write at least 150 words. Number two, coherence and cohesion. This is how well you choose your paragraphs, how well you organize your information, and how well it flows from beginning to end. Number three, lexical resource. This means vocabulary. This is how much vocabulary you use and how varied, accurate, and appropriate you are with your vocabulary. Spelling errors will hurt your score. Misusing words, forms will hurt your score. If you say sales increasing, it's wrong. Instead, you must say sales increased. Number 4, grammatical range and accuracy. Obviously, this means are you making grammar mistakes? And are you using complex sentence structures? If you're just doing the same structure over and over, sales increased, then sales fluctuated, and then sales plummeted. Okay, your grammar is accurate, but all you were giving me is just past tense and past tense. So you will get a good score for being accurate, but you will get a low score for using the same structure over and over. What you should be doing in task 1 is you should practice regularly. 7.0 to 8.0 for task 1, writing is very achievable because the language you use for task 1 writing is very narrow and very limited. You don't need to use a huge range of language. IELTS is a game after all. It is a test that is exactly a game. It is a system for gaining points and losing points. And there are some rules to test, therefore we need to be sure we understand the rules so that we can avoid the penalty. In order for us to describe diagrams, I would say grammar helps. Yes, of course it does. I need you to pay attention to grammar, sentence structures. You could get an incredibly high score just by knowing these following structures. Now bonus. Sample. Here you can see briefing hashtag 2 writing task 1. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. The pie chart below shows the main reasons. The pie chart below shows the main reasons why agricultural land becomes less productive. The table shows how these causes affected 3 regions of the world during the 1990s. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Causes of worldwide land degradation. Here is a pie chart, and after that you can see the bottom. Causes of land degradation by region. Here is a table. So we have to spend 20 minutes on this task, and this is writing task 1. So we can see here the answer. Okay, here they told us to write the to make a summarize the information. So let's go. Here we rephrase the question, and here it is. The pie chart outlines the key factors as to why land used for agriculture produces less over time, while the table gives a breakdown of the effect these causes had on agricultural land in 3 regions during the 1990s. And must remember, in overview you have to start with overall. Overall, overgrazing, deforestation, and overcultivation are all significant causes of land degradation globally, but the causes of less productive land in specific regions varies. The pie chart shows that overgrazing by livestock is the most significant factor in land becoming degraded, with 35% of land being affected in this way. However, this is closely followed by deforestation, which is 30%, and overcultivation, which is 28%, with the remaining 7% being made up of the other causes. Regarding the table, it is clear that in the 1990s, the North American region had the lowest amount of degraded land at just 5%. Of this land, about two-thirds was damaged by overcultivation, just under a third by overgrazing, and 0.2% by deforestation. In contrast, almost a quarter, like 23% of arable land in Europe was degraded. Unlike the American region, the main factor in Europe was deforestation, with 9.8% of total land affected in this way. Moreover, overcultivation, which is 7.7%, and overgrazing, which is 5.5%, were also majorly responsible for the deterioration of land quality. In the final region, Oceania, the main cause of land degradation was clearly overgrazing, with 11.3% of land being affected out of a total of 13% of land degraded. Conversely, overcultivation appeared to play no role in this region, while deforestation affected a relatively small amount, which is 1.7%. And this is the end of task 1. Now, writing task 2. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Write about the following topic. Here you can see a topic, and you have to describe both these views and give your own opinion, and let's see which is the views. Some people think that parents should teach children how to be good members of society. Others, however, believe that school is the place to learn this. Okay, now discuss both these views and give your own opinion. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. I'm sorry, I told that 15. No, 50. 250. And here you can see the answer. Here is not complete answer. In the next slide you can see here is more. Okay, so task 2 answer is: it is important to encourage children to become good members of society. This means things like being a law-abiding citizen, contributing to your community, and being prepared to work and study hard. But who is the best place to do this? One argument is that parents should teach children these things. They are, after all, with their children for long periods of time and very generally know the children inside out. This makes them ideally placed to discuss behavior with their children and also their reaction to events they might see in the media. For example, if a child is unkind to another person, or if they see a news story about a political leader clearly lying on television, parents can explain why this is unacceptable behavior. In doing so, children will learn the difference between right and wrong, and so they will be less likely to do the same thing themselves. Furthermore, parents can lead by example, showing their children how to be a good citizen through their actions. They could, for instance, get involved in volunteer work at a local food bank. Thus, the children will actually see why it is important to give back to their community. However, an alternative view is that schools should take responsibility for this crucial part of a child's education. Teachers, unlike parents, are usually well trained to deliver important life lessons, and armed with good resources, they can quickly and effectively ensure that children learn what it is to be a good citizen. Indeed, Many schools already do this. In the United Kingdom, for example, many schools now teach personal and social education as part of the school curriculum, and at high school level, this subject includes the obligations of citizenship and the importance of contributing towards one's own community through volunteer work. Personally, I feel that schools and parents should be jointly responsible for teaching children to become good citizens. Parents are well placed to lead by example and through discussion, while teachers are able to do the same thing in a more explicit way as part of the school curriculum. In other words, it should be a team effort. Now, again, important notice, if you forgot, you can download the PDF file from the description. If you missed the last videos, go to description. There you will find the links. Go and watch these videos. The important thing is there are some YouTube channel link. If you want to subscribe, then check out our description now. Thank you very much for staying with us, and I hope the video is quite helpful and other video will coming soon. So stay with my channel and make sure to subscribe.